All right, let's get to Bryant Young, courtesy of the Boxer Girls and Guest Line, Pro Football Hall of Famer, member of the last Super Bowl team with the San Francisco 49ers.
One of my favorites.
Love BY. We love seeing them at the stadium with the foghorn next to Frank Gore. Maybe it was BY who got us all inspired for that comeback. Maybe it was you, Bryant Young. Let's just give you all the credit.
It wasn't me. It was all Niners, man. Their effort, their will to find a way to win. And but it was an opportunity and a fun time to do that for them and to get the crowd into it.
And I don't think we've spoken to you since you've been inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Loved what you did there. Canton, Ohio, the speech, your story. So we want to say congratulations to you. It's well-deserved. You had an iconic career, and we took a lot of pride seeing number 97 go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame wearing that yellow jacket, man. That must have been cool for you, BY.
Hello?
Yep, you got us there?
Yeah. You're going in and out on me.
Oh, okay, sorry about that. No, we're just congratulating you for being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Your speech, the story you gave out there in Canton, Ohio this past season, this past induction, man, it was really cool. I know a lot of Niner fans, including Chaska and I, were really proud to see you up there.
Absolutely.
Big number 97 going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, just an incredible honor. I'm so grateful that I got a chance to play with such an incredible and awesome organization. Just teammates and coaches and owners along the way, and people that that were part of my career and journey, and just super cool to be among us, a elite group of men, and I'm extremely proud just to represent them, and man, I'm still basking in it. It's hard to believe. I'm still pinching myself, but it's just an incredible honor.
Yeah, and you're one of the classiest in Niner history. And so, all right, let's go back. 'Cause I don't know how many people in our audience were at the game. Bonte and I were at the game. We're down 17 at half. You're at the game. Journey is playing right near where you're about to blow this foghorn. And I love Journey, but I'm not going to lie. I was down bad emotionally. And then you and Frank Gore go up there, and you guys blow the foghorn. And, the crowd, it was just a weird vibe because they were down so much. Walk us through how you were feeling and what some of those OG legends were feeling in halftime. It flipped so quick in that third quarter.
Just watching the first half is like uncharacteristic of what how we've been playing. The Detroit Lions, they stepped out. There were 2 touches ahead, and it was just not going our way. And so we just needed something to swing the momentum. And the best way to do that is anything that our fans.
Uh-oh. I think we got BY dropped off a little. Oh, there he is. We got you back, BY.
Our last half at Levi Stadium, and anything that can get them going. And the foghorn was that. It provided a boost for them, and they were into it, and they're excited about the second half. And it was a tale of 2 halves.
You were a rookie on that Super Bowl team when you guys went down to Miami to take on the San Diego Chargers. You had a phenomenal rookie season. That team is an all-time team, led by, of course, Steve Young and Jerry Rice. But you were a rookie on that team. What do you remember about the lead-up to the Super Bowl as a rookie, and who did you lean on to get you through the week with all the distractions, the media obligations? Who was that veteran that you leaned on getting ready for that Super Bowl, BY?
At that time, I was pretty comfortable with just having played with these guys the whole year, and it was just a matter of going out and executing. I remember during that week in practice that the way the team and the chemistry and how we practiced, that there wasn't a ball dropped in practice. We had clean, focused practices. The biggest thing that we had to do was just make sure that we stayed away from the distractions off the field. And so I just followed suit. There's really nobody I looked to and pointed to. Just I fell in line with what we're doing and what we're about and not doing anything different.
What did you notice from this defensive line this week, the Niners one? Because that was like the strength of the team for multiple seasons now. And I know Nick Bosa had a great second half, but it felt like, man, it just felt like they weren't getting home. There was a lot of gaps in the run game. I know that the linebackers play a part of that. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. What were you seeing just from that defensive line? Because I expected more, quite frankly.
I think, too, when I look at the run game, I think that we're getting a little too maybe on second levels on the line, allowing some creases to get in there. And I think most importantly, we weren't playing as together as we'd had in the beginning of the year and the whole year. And so what I saw in the second half is us closing and playing a little tighter, not being as undisciplined in the gap, in our gaps, and just making the plays that were necessary. It was the tale of two halves in terms of how we played it in the run game and also how we impacted the passing game. The guys were getting hits and sacks, and that was a big difference.
Bryant Young here on the Boxer and Girls and Guest Line on Morty Roast on 95.7 The Game, a Super Bowl champ, a Pro Football Hall of Famer. Spent his entire career with the San Francisco 49ers, 14 years in all. Looking at Brock Purdy. Look, Brock Purdy's cool, calm, and collected. His second half, the past 2 weeks against Green Bay in Detroit, we're going to remember forever. He did not wilt despite things going awry in the first half for him. What advice would you give to Brock Purdy getting ready for his first Super Bowl with all the distractions and all the lights? And, of course, it's going to get all the questions about his draft pick status. What would you tell Brock Purdy leading up to this game in Las Vegas?
To do what you've been doing all season long. Stay consistent, block out the noise, don't listen to the critics, stay focused. That's not easily rattled. And he's real cool, calm, and collected. He's mature beyond his years for a young guy. And I really think that, he's just going to go about his business. It's a really big game, different stage, and he's not going to let that rattle him. So I anticipate him playing the way he's been playing the whole season.
Who's your favorite guy to watch on this Niner team, either side of the ball?
Debo's an electrifying playing. I'm a trench guy. I love watching the defensive line and the O-line as well. Trent Williams is a phenomenal left tackle, and Warner, of course, is a electrifying linebacker. He's always excited. He's a great leader for the team. Bosa on the edge, getting after the quarterback. There's just so many players that you could just focus on, and they make you excited to watch.
You were known for having just great character at BY. This team is full of guys like that.
That's a good point.
Great character. And it's a credit to Jed York for reestablishing the culture. I know we spoke yesterday about that. But when you watch these guys, you just named all the players, the trenches. I'm kind of like you too, BY. We love the trenches, which is why we were going crazy last week. We're like, you got to stop the run, man. What's going on down there in the trenches? Because you got to do that there. But how proud of you as a veteran, as a Hall of Fame member, not only in pro football, but with the 49ers, and you see these guys carry on your legacy here. It must make you and Frank Gore and the rest of the veterans so proud to watch these guys because they do have a roster full of high-character guys.
They do. It's a credit to those guys that are in that current team, understanding, the history and the mystique of the organization and the success over the years. And really, they're just continuing and carving their own pattern, their own history, writing their story. And so when you look at what this current team is doing, it's theirs. It's their identity, and they understand what's at stake. They understand the standard that which we played, many years over the years. And so I'm just excited to continue to watch this team do something amazing. And so I'm rooting for them to get their sixth Super Bowl.
Yeah, we all want that. We've been dying for it for 30 years here. I'm looking at Chris Jones in this Kansas City defensive line, and he's just a monster. Like similar to yourself, he can line up inside, he'll line up outside, he'll take the matchup wherever it comes. Who do you think has the edge, their D-line or the Niners D-line?
I'm going to give it to us. I think we I'm biased, obviously,
right.
but certainly I'm going to give the edge to us. But, Jones is a dynamic player. He does have the versatility to do, line up on the edge and inside. But, there are guys on our defensive line that have that same capability, like Eric Armstead. He's played on the edge and plays inside, and he's a very impactful player inside. But we have guys on the edge that can get it done. And so I'm going to give that to our guys.
Yeah, Bryant Young here on the Boxer and Girls Guest Line on the Morty Roast here on 95.7 The Game. Mahomes. All right. I know we're playing against him, but he's just such a good player. How would you rush him? Because he can get out of the pocket and scramble around. What would be your personal game plan against Mahomes as you're rushing him or trying to fluster him? Because it's hard to fluster. We know these things are difficult. He's the best for a reason. But what would be your strategy here to try to fluster him and get him off his game in the Super Bowl?
Well, the most important thing, you got to push the middle of the pocket and then allow our ends not to get high on the rushes and to squeeze the edges. It's when you see Mahomes is most dangerous, when you get ends that are high on the rushes and you're not getting a lot of pressure inside. And so you get that B gap open up where you can step up and scramble. Mm-hmm. So I think, we have to really do a great job just being tethered together as a defensive front. When he moves, the whole line moves and shifts, and keep him in the pocket. So just stay high and not get too tight, and squeeze the edges and push the middle of the pocket.
BY,
when he starts to move, that's the second play happening.
Yep.
Yeah. BY, were you watching this last game in the suite with a bunch of the former players?
Yeah, I was there.
All right.
It was we were biting our fingernails on the first half, and we're jumping for joy in the second half. It was an exciting game to watch.
Who gets the most stressed out of all the old timers?
I think we all do, to be honest. I mean, I'm sitting, standing. I never sat, so I'm standing next to Jerry. And, Jerry he's really into it, as we all are. But you watch some of the emotions of guys that played there, and I think every guy feels it, the ups and the downs.
Do you get a kick out of Jerry when he's down there on the field in his suit? The chains? We had Jerry on last week. He's got the Go Fuel chain, BY. He's got the Niner chain. Go ahead, BY.
He's not anything half speed. So in this role, just being where he's at, he's just having a great time. The fans are into it. He's into it. He gets the fans going. And it's fun to watch him in the second part of his life and how he supports this team. He's just excited to be out there.
Yeah, no doubt. Brian Young here. So will you be in Vegas?
Yeah.
Will you be in Vegas for the big game? I know you got to be out there representing the red and gold.
Absolutely, I would be there.
Let's go.
We love that.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I wouldn't. Hey, we can't wait. We're not going to ask you for a prediction. We know you want the Niners to win. We want the Niners to win. And look, it's all about surviving the vets, right? BY, at this point of the season, you don't get style points. This isn't the BCS in college football, or you're not trying to run up the score.
No style points, baby. You just got to find a way to win.
Find a way to win.
Find a way to win. That's it.
Bryant, this guy rips me all the time for being a Notre Dame fan.
No,
Tell him what's up.
No.
I'm an Irish Catholic from San Francisco, I'm unapologetically a Notre Dame Fighting Irish fan.
Why are you trying to get me on BY's bad side, man?
He might be the perfect person.
Don't get on my bad side.
Yeah, no, listen, I'm a Florida State fan. I respect the Irish. I respect Notre Dame.
No doubt. Mutual respect.
Oh, man. Brian, man, it's so good to hear from you. It's always good to see you at the stadium.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you in Las Vegas. Niners are back in the Super Bowl against Mahomes, and we got revenge on our mind, man. Should be a good one out there in Las Vegas, but we always appreciate the time when we could get you on the lines. And again, congratulations. Pro Football Hall of Fame.
You.
Incredible.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Anytime. BY here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 Game. Legendary guy, high character dude. 14 years, never took a playoff. Love BY. But he